This is the first time I'm opting not to participate in the Steam Next Fest as it starts today. Why? Because of this very series. I already have things on my radar that I want to dedicate my time and effort to. I have a month-long stream planned for October. Plus, I'm already behind on making videos that I want to be published. All that makes for me to just enjoy the demos I have on the docket. But that's not to say I won't add demos to the docket from the Next Fest. But I started off with a demo covered by Hotsider in this video talking about emergent platformer. I played Mozzolina when it was released 2 years ago. This is the first game he called an emergent platformer. As you are given a level, but random abilities to solve the puzzles. Frogspin does a similar thing in a unique way. It starts with a tutorial section, which honestly was beefy on its own. 20 levels to get your footing on the controls, which are quite novel for how simple they are. Very similar to Mooncat, really. If you hold moving one of the ways, the frog winds up for a big jump. You cannot hold the button just to move a little bit. If you want to move like a traditional platformer, you have to mash the direction. The real levels get going with a slot machine. Unlike Mozzolina, you don't get new abilities that you can activate. It mostly gives modifiers to a level, like rain to make it slick, or ice that freezes you. You can get an accessory that gives you a positive modifier, but it isn't something that you activate. The first one I got is a magnet that pulls scoreable items to you. The demo was great. I'm really glad Hotsider covered it, because even from the tutorial, I was hooked. The visuals were a massive addition. It looks like a set of a puppet show with the background environment hanging from the top of the screen. It's an adorable look. With that look and simple controls, Frogspin is one that I look forward to for gamers young and old. Glad it's one that I look forward to. Duskfade is one that got on my radar because it was compared to a series that I grew up with, Kingdom Hearts. The main character Zirian wields a blade that he even uses a key to treasure chests. Just off of the sounds, my wife asked if I was playing Kingdom Hearts when she heard me playing the game from the other room. I have much to say about the Kingdom Hearts series, which I will refrain from going in depth here. Let's just say the majority of what I have is critical of it. Maybe one day I'll post my thoughts. But let's look at the comparisons between Duskfade and its unsaid inspiration. Duskfade is more of a 3D platformer, having no RPG aspects of it. You don't carry potions either. There is an entire button attached to healing that you have to use and comes back after an enemy drop. It has the ability to lock onto enemies during combat to help simplify which one of the baddies has scurried off to. But outside of the combat, the game is heavy on the platforming, like actual platforming. Luckily, there aren't lies when you fall into a pit or a pool of water. It just respawns to you where you jumped off from. And I said out of combat, but the platforming even takes place in certain encounters. In the boss demo, after so often it was summoning pillars that you would have to platform between to get to him at the top. I thought the pillars would just automatically descend after a set amount of time. So I pilled around and I even noticed the ticking noise in the background that slowly sped up. Eventually the ticking stopped and I began to take damage. To stop that damage, you have to platform to where he stands and strike him, knocking him back to the ground. When I think of Kingdom Hearts, I don't necessarily think of the gameplay. I think of the characters, connections to Disney worlds, and the story. Well, at least before it got incredibly convoluted. Duskfade looks at the gameplay, removes all the RPG elements, and ramps up the platforming. When it comes to the story, it's hard to get zoned in on the characters, and mode is just based on the demo. But I feel like it's a game to look into more as we wait on Kingdom Hearts 4 to get a release date. Even though some sources are saying spring of 2026 for its release, it took 13 years to go from Kingdom Hearts 3 to Kingdom Hearts 2. Finally, we go to the game I'm most looking forward to since I began this demo series. And funny enough, one thing that it mentions is the fast-paced combat of Kingdom Hearts in its description. Alabaster Dawn is the second game from Radical Fish Games, their first being Crosscode. I played 25 hours of Crosscode and didn't even feel like I was close to the end, or even maybe halfway. It's hard to tell. Alabaster Dawn sees you play from a similar perspective of Crosscode, but instead of being inside a simulated MMO universe, you play in a world where a creature named Nyx is attempting to bring about the apocalypse. Where Alabaster Dawn stands above the other demos is how it sucks you into its story. You play as heroes fighting Nyx with weapons given to them by the gods. But in the midst of their fight, their weapons all disappear and the gods are quiet, leading them to being wiped out. You play as Juno, who awakens after the others have perished and says that she was an outcast from the group. But as told by the water pig Cabbage, she is the one chosen to stop Nyx by herself, and the gods are silent. This is the way to hook you into a demo before showing you the depth of the gameplay, the story, and what to discover from it. But on top of the story, the combat mixed with visuals make for such a satisfying experience. Like Crosscode, it has a very expansive tech tree that you can explore. And when the land goes from a barren wasteland created by Nyx to a saved garden full of life, the colors look amazing. As to expect from Radical Fish Games, this is not a game to finish quickly. The average time to beat Crosscode is 35 hours, and that's just the main storyline. To 100% the game, it takes upward of 75 hours. The Steam page to Alabaster Dawn says the full release plans to have 30 to 60 hours of playtime. That gets me super excited after the demo was this good.